and welcome back to Hooked. If you're new here, my name is Leanne,
My name is Suzette.
and Hooked is basically where we talk about some true crime stories and I do some crochet projects. And today I'm just finishing up a cardigan that I started weeks ago. Weeks ago, right? But mind your business. And if you want to see the finished product, go ahead and follow us on Instagram because that's where I'll be posting it. Yeah. But we're gonna go ahead and calm down the giggles because the story that we're getting in today is not funny at all.
Oh,
On today's case, we are going to be talking about Kelly Ann Proser or Proser. We are not 100% sure how to pronounce her last name, but we are going to call her Kelly so we don't offend anyone. Miss Kelly Ann. She was an 8-year-old girl from Columbus, Ohio. She lived in the University District and attended Indianola Elementary School. Kelly was described by her family as a bright, energetic child who loved school and had a normal, active childhood.
her mother worked at Ohio State University as a phys- physical education department. So on September 20th, 1982, Kelly walked to school like she normally does, and this was like the beginning of her independent stage where her parents was like, okay, it's not far from the school. You can walk home. We're going to give you this leeway. It doesn't say exactly when she started, but we do know that she walked home. Like I said, she did go to school. Everything seemed like a normal day. When school let out, she was abducted and no one could find her for 2 days. Her body was actually found what is called, I don't know, if you're from Ohio, y'all should know this place. It's Madison County, a cornfield in Madison County. That's where her body was discovered. And when she was discovered, it did show that she was sexually assaulted, strangled, as well as beaten, profound beating. What caused her death was a blunt force trauma to her head. Though that they did find her body, and though they did have DNA evidence in the 80s, DNA is not what DNA is now. So her abduction slash murder went unsolved for nearly 38 years. At that time, like I said, they did keep her DNA. That's why we try to tell people DNA is a motherfucker.
Yeah, if you're ever in a situation, scratch, 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 scratch,
It don't matter. Like
just scratch.
you're gonna
It don't
live.
matter where. You just need that DNA up under them nail beds.
That's it. That's all. And best believe if you're trying to attack somebody, believe me, they're gonna fight back. So you're
Mhm.
gonna get something, and they're gonna get your DNA. And like this, 38 years later, they found who actually killed her. And his name was Gerald. His name was Harold Warner Gerald. Gerald. That's what his name was. Unfortunately, Mr. Gerald did not face any criminal charges due to this case because when he was found out who it was, he had died. So he did not stand trial for the murder, but the family of Kelly expressed through words that even though justice was not brung, that it was some type of justice because he's dead.
I wouldn't say justice. I feel like there was maybe some type of closure.
It was definitely closure.
But as far as justice, I feel like that's a little far stretched, not justice.
Well, the mother felt like it was closure after decades of not knowing.
Yeah.
So it brought her closure. the family for Kelly, they didn't have they that disappearance and then finding her murdered and it going so long as being a cold case, it was a shock to Columbus, Ohio. Like the whole situation, it was very much of a shock. And it took an emotional toll on the family.
I believe it.
It did say that she had a sibling, but from what I understand, the sibling was very upset because she was older and like the mom, they kind of felt like it was their fault because they should have walked her home. But she was trying to get, you know, some type of independence. She was 8. School wasn't far. From my understanding, from where they lived to the school, it was like if you go to Northtown Elementary and you live on Northtown.
Okay.
But do you have anything to say about Mr.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and do a little bit of a background about Mr. Gerald because he was already fucking shit up. Okay, he didn't stop. He didn't start there. He didn't stop with her. So he had documented criminal history. In 1977, he was convicted of abducting an 8-year-old girl in Columbus, Ohio. He served several years for this in prison and was released in 1982, just months before the disappearance of Kelly. At the
And why wasn't he on parole?
right, something. So at the time of the crime, Gerald was in his early 50s. He was not identified as a suspect during the original investigation, and he had died in 1996, which was like decades before the actual case was solved, clearly. In 2020, DNA preserved from the crime scene and advances in genetic testing identified Gerald as Kelly Ann's killer. So not only did he not have to do the time for this. He was out here doing this before. He got out and did it again
Yeah. That's why I'm like,
and got away with it though. The fact that he went to prison for the exact same thing, got out a couple months later, did it again and got away with it is
it's
wild.
crazy.
It's
It's
crazy.
crazy.
He should have been the first people, the first person people started looking at. Don't they go through the people they know and then sex offenders in the neighborhood? Like, is he not a registered sex offender? He just out here kidnapping 8-year-old girls and just
Well,
nothing.
like sex offenders, they can be registered in where they live. We don't know for sure if he lived around her. I
I
mean,
guess,
like,
but
so
still,
I'm
I don't
not to
know.
be funny. I mean, and I'm not in it because I can't do it with y'all murderers sometimes. But this is just my hypothetical thinking. Okay, don't think he lived near this girl. I do think he was scoping out elementaries because he's been abducted a kid before. So I do believe he was out here scoping out elementaries. I believe he's seen her walking by herself and kidnapped her. Do I think she fought for her life as anybody would, and that's why he killed her because there is no way in the world that this dude was walking free after he already kidnapped somebody. He could not have killed that person before.
Mhm. Yeah, no. I forgot the abduction. Yeah, he would. He if he killed her, he definitely. I don't think he would have been.
Right, he wouldn't have been free.
Yeah.
So something happened where he had to kill her. And then the fact that he died and he didn't catch any other charges, none. He just
That's what's
that's
crazy
the
with me. To me,
right. Like, okay, so you killed this person, now you did or this young girl, now you just wanna go holier than thou? No,
yeah, no.
no. That's why I don't think he lived in the neighborhood. I don't think he lived near this girl. I think for real he was out here scoping elementary schools and she was
Walking.
walking by
Mhm.
herself and he saw her and it was
That's terrible.
but okay, even if he didn't kill the girl before, if you abducted him, you're not gonna tell me that he didn't sexually molest them. So he went on probation, y'all. He went on parole. He went on nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about this one. We're not even not. Nope. Nope. Nope.
But on on what I have found out, it is in Ohio, not just Columbus, but in Ohio, it is stated like every minute there is a child that is taken, whether they are taken and put in sex trafficking or they're killed. There is a child that's abducted or go missing every minute.
So if you see something, say something. Okay?
Yep. These
Let's
kids,
protect these babies out here.
yeah, protect the babies. I mean, if you, I know people, because I'm the same way. If I see something that ain't got nothing to do with me, I'm going to go ahead and walk the other way. But, I mean, when it's happening in your neighborhood,
I'm not like that with kids.
not with kids, but I have seen a lot of people like, or they bow with it and want to and videotape what the is going on. Instead of calling for help, you want a video camera what's going on. That's the case of Kelly and
Closer.
Prosser.
Mhm. Well, guys, I guess that was it for today's Stitch and Story session. Make sure y'all join us next week and make sure y'all relax
Release,
and don't be somebody we talk about.
because we will talk about
We will
you
talk about
all day.
you. Love y'all.
Bye.
Bye, bye, bye.